Well, hello there. Welcome to this edition of Thought for the Week. It's blooming cold today, isn't it? But never mind. We're visiting a lovely hot country. We're going to Cyprus. Yes, we are. We're going there in company with Paul and Barnabas because that's where they began their ministry together. Paphos was the main city on the island of Cyprus, and Paphos itself was a very tough place to minister. All places are tough, aren't they, when we're talking about Jesus? But this place, Paphos, was infamous in the ancient world for the worship of a particular goddess, the goddess Venus, the Roman goddess of sensual love. She was the same as the Greek god Aphrodite, same deity, different name. People believed in her, and they were jolly glad to believe in her, as you might well imagine. Sexual depravity was one of the hallmarks of her religion. And that meant that perverted sexuality was a feature of Paphos, both the ancient city of Paphos and the modern city that Paul and Barnabas came to. So this was a real feature of life in Paphos, life in Cyprus. Part of the pleasure of this blessed island, Makarios, was sexual indulgence. And so all kinds of things went on there. So when Paul came there, it was a hugely challenging place because he was going to have to address this. Question is, how would he address it? And that's a very big question because churches, when they are located in places where there are all kinds of problems, can be tempted to address those problems. And that is a subtle temptation. The trouble is, you see, that if you address issues, you can never come through on them because in order to change their lifestyle, people have to be changed from within. They have to have a new heart. They have to have a new morality. And that only comes through the indwelling Holy Spirit and as a consequence of them becoming born again believers. There's a very great temptation to want to address issues of every kind. It's the same sort of situation that Paul faced when he went to Corinth later on, because there were issues galore, religious issues, sexual issues, political issues, you name it. People lived anyhow in Corinth. And it was so serious there that the ancient world coined a word, to Corinthianize. Imagine, to Corinthianize meant to live without any morals at all. And that's the reputation Corinth had. So when Paul came there, he must have been scared. And he testifies to that in the first letter in chapter 2. He talks about fear and much trembling. Well, it would have been similar in Paphos on the island of Cyprus, but it was no use addressing those issues. He had to get behind them. He had to deal with the basics in order that men and women might be born again and therefore changed and therefore able to confront all those issues and be successful. That's something to think about, isn't it? Next time, we're going to look specifically at Paul's ministry in regard to the occult there. So next time, that's what we'll deal with, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now.